What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dwayne here with Growing Together Nursery, and we have ourselves a nice little sweet and spicy sweet heat type of treat today. So check it out. Here's what we got. So all this time I've been Brixing all the other fruits, the sweet fruits like mangoes for the most part, and mulberries and some kumquats and such. But today, what are we gonna Brix? Let me show you. Yay, we're gonna Brix some peppers, folks. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just lean it down like that for the moment. All right, so what do we have today? What I really wanted to do was to, and if you hear chewing in the background, Kiwi's underneath the table right now chewing on some mulch. But anyways, I really wanted to do a Brix battle between the sweet ahies that we have and the Sugar Rush Peach, right? But I found these orange spice jalapenos in the mix, so I will go ahead and test those as well, if it's possible. All right, so I figured I wanted to go ahead. These are known for having some sugar tones to them. This one, in my opinion, may be the best, but who knows? The Brix meter will let us know exactly how sweet they will be. So let's start off with, hang on here, bring you up just a little bit there. All right, so let's start off with the sweet ahies. We're gonna work our way down and see where we're at. I got some water here next to us, and we're gonna find out who the sweetest pepper is gonna be. Now, some of these were grown in pots, okay, this one was grown in a pot, these were potted, and these were in the ground over here, right? So these are huge specimens of these peppers. If you watch the channel, you know that these are monsters. But so grounded, potted, and then this one's in the ground versus one in a pot. Although this one's more mature. But Sugar Rush Peach, if you don't know about it, man, it's a really, really nice pepper. But let's find out how much sugar there is, because there's technically sugar in all fruits, right? Just a small amounts for some and larger for others. But all right, shut your mouth and let's test. We got some cheesecloth over here, and I even brought in a little garlic press if I need it, just for these smaller ones. If I don't need it, then so be it, but we'll find out. All right, give me 1 second here. All right, it is Friday. Hopefully you guys are getting stuff done, getting some more trees in the ground. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it in a little cheesecloth, put it right into here, right? You want to see it done? Of course you do. You don't want to watch me. All right, so hang on here. Let me bring you back down. Bear with me, folks. Working out the kinks. All right, let's see who the sweetest will be. We'll go ahead and turn it that way. You don't think there's much juice in here, but when you really squeeze them, you'll be surprised. Is it a finger workout? Yep. But you can get her done. Look at that. Sweet ahi is the first one. And start her up. 3.6. Can we zoom in? Can we? My goodness, hang on here. I'm gonna spin you around for a second and we'll show you the results, so you don't think that we're making things up. 3.6, all right, for the sweet ahi. Yay! So now, moving along. Let's see who's next. The orange spice jalapeno. Now, I haven't had the orange spice just yet. It is a small pepper for it. They do get bigger. This one was grown in a pot over here, kind of neglected. I neglected it and haven't been fertilizing it the way that I should have. But let's find out. I'm going to leave this here. But also, don't waste the juice, right? Good flavor. It's like almost like a habanero with no heat. Very, very nice. If you make sofritos, you know exactly what it's about. It's in the Puerto Rican staple, So I'm just going to rinse this. That way you guys don't think that I'm cheating. All right. I see the comments. It's not accurate. Don't believe them. I know, man. All right. So Trying to do this as honest as possible. So zero it out. And now we're going to move on to the orange spice jalapeno. Now, I don't think it's going to be that sweet, but you never know. We have been surprised before. Now, this one has the end right there, right over here. So nice and orange, but I think it's more mature. We'll start off with this one here. See where we're at. All right, let's see the action. All right, hang on, folks. It's a real professional videography over here, right? So, my finger's going to be burning after this. More than likely, it's probably not a good idea to do this without gloves, but got my hose over here, and I should probably use the press for it. All right, man up, squeeze away. Let's see. Can we get some juice? The idea is to spin this little pepper. It's either a really good idea or a really bad idea. Watch your eyeballs. Oh, we gonna get any juice? Thanks for tuning in. Watch me squeeze the smallest pepper. Can we feel that little? Oh, I saw some drops. Oh my word, for real? Put 2 in there and squeeze them both. I feel like there's a lot in there, but calling me weak. I know. I hear it. All right, we're gonna put 2 in there and we'll get the best of both worlds. There is some more juice. I probably should have used the press. We're gonna make some mistakes. Hang with me, folks. It's Friday. We can have some hot sauce early on. Come on. Now, I wouldn't do this with this super hot pepper, but oh my word. Am I gonna have to press it up, dude? There we go. Keep twisting. There's always a better way than this. I should have used the press, but we're stubborn sometimes. All right, that's plenty. Hopefully you guys can see that in there. If you can't, I apologize. This is the free version, folks. We'll do things better once we... Oh yeah, I can feel the burn through the fingers already. Again, not the greatest idea. I should have brought some gloves using these hotter ones. Hang on here. Oh yeah, fingertips. Lovely. I guess I'll be using the press here for the sugar rush. Again, we'll make a few mistakes. It's all right, folks. We're gonna live. Woo! So I just rinsed off the fingers. Now, turned off on me, which is crazy, but it is zeroed. Turn it on. Look at this, folks. I can't make this up. Hang on here. Can't make this up. 5.9. All right. That's crazy. So sweeter than the sweet ahi. Was not expecting that. Man, how hot is she? Now we got, I know, I hear you. How hot is she? Now you got to taste it. I know. That's part of the deal. We can't waste the juice, especially after I done burned my fingers for it. Whew. Do I eat spice? I do. But there's levels to this game, folks. I haven't had this one, and with a whole shot of a juice from it. So let's see. Here's to you. Whoo! Yes, that's hot. Whoo! Question is, does it taste like orange? Absolutely not. Ow, that just burns. Wow. Doesn't taste sweet. What? Whoo! Man up. All right. Moving along. It's a good pepper. I will use these later on. Not going to waste those. I'll toss them in some rice. But dice them, right? You're more than likely not going to have a little shot of it. I know. I'm complaining, but it's nice. I like the heat. That one's good. Not great, right? There's better than that. Why do I say? If you're going to burn, if it's going to burn a little bit, it might as well taste good, right? But last but not least, we could be shocked again. Let's see here. I am open, so I'm hoping that we can finish this off really quick. So, last but not least, and maybe I should... No, it's fine. Burn's already going away. I don't know, dip them in mayonnaise or something. I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out. Listen, folks, here's what we're gonna do. Last but not least, we already started off strong. Gotta go with the gusto here. We're going with the more orange one just because I think it may have some more Brix, but I could be wrong. Again, I've been wrong a few times, and hey, that's why y'all are here. Maybe to laugh at my pain. That's cool. Whatever it takes, folks. Not that I'm out here creating pain on purpose, but you need some spice in your life, folks. And if you're not growing some of these peppers, check them out. They may be right up your alley. This one's a lot larger than the orange jalapeno, so we'll be able to just squeeze one. Whoa, look at the juices everywhere. I'm all over the place. But where it needs to be. And I'm sure that's enough, but all right, all right. Is it sweeter than 5.9? Is she the sweetest? Let's find out, folks. Right here, right now. All right, let me set that down. My finger's burning? No, maybe because it's already. All right, hang on here. I know you'll think that I'm cheating, right? Kiwi's over here looking at some squirrels or some lizards. I don't know, one of the two. Anyways, here we go. Start her up. 10.7. You've seen that right here. Look at that. That Sugar Rush Peach. 10.7. Again, that was the one that was more mature. Let's try this one and see if there's any difference. Let's see, folks. Hang on. 10.7 on that. My goodness. I remember what I was telling y'all. The sweetest watermelon that you've had is right around 10-11%. It's not that much that you would think. Like if you were to sit there and I were to give you a seeded watermelon, which is what you should be eating, even though they're tough to find. I know. Anyways, once they're really, really sweet, I've tested them 10, maybe a 12%, but nothing usually more than like 11%. But this is a really, really good. And how spicy and how sweet is she? Here we go. Salute to you. Oh, much sweeter. Oh, more enjoyable. How about heat level? It may be more milder, especially because my mouth is already burning from the orange spice, but much better. It has that sugar component that takes away. It kind of throws you. It distracts you a little bit from most of that heat, but very, very nice. Again, I will still hold true to that. This is my favorite pepper, up to date. Good for snacking. You can sit there and just chew on it. Now, again, this right here, towards the tip over here, is where all that sugar is. Still somewhat sweet over here, but once you cross into those seeds, giddy up, because that's where all that goodness is. That heat is right over there. But my favorite pepper, I'll be growing these forever, folks. All right. Should we test it? Let's see. I don't have any more of the cheesecloth, but it's the same pepper. I don't want to rinse it. Save all the seeds, folks. If you don't have Sugar Rush Peach and you're local, come by and see me. We can make that happen. I don't have a ton of plants. We can even just give you a pepper and you walk away with some seeds. But trust me, this is one to have. We're just going to use the same one. If there's a difference, we'll see. If not, because this one was grown in the ground for a lot more time, started in a pot and then went into the ground. But all right, enough chitter chatter, and let's see where we're at here, folks. All right, we're going to go back to the hand because my hand's already numb. Let's see here. It's not numb. I just don't feel it. Like it's not a big deal. Let's see here. Give it the old squeeze. Keep twisting, keep twisting. Oh, almost there. That's plenty. Will she be as sweet or sweeter? You're going to find out right after this commercial break. Dun, 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 dun. No, no. All right. Start her up, folks. That's where the commercial break kicks in now. 11.5. You see that? You can't make this up. This is why you got to test your stuff, because what you think, is totally different. I would have figured that this one being more mature, having that darker color would have been sweeter, but no, I was wrong. 11.5%, folks. Just as sweet as that watermelon. Woo! Telling you, good stuff here, folks. But peppers still have some good amounts of sugar in them. A lot of fruit that you're eating out there that you don't even think about has a little bit of sugar. Get your Brix meter, test your stuff, grow your stuff at home. Get her done, folks. Love y'all. Have a great weekend. It is Friday. We are open this week as well. So graft something, grow something, put a seed in the dirt. Do what you got to do. Love you.